When you got off to that start, though, with the 4x1, finished second, then Hull getting the win, I mean, were you kind of like, hey, things rolling now?
Absolutely.
Here we go.
After those two things there, definitely felt like that our talk that we had last night was working and the start that we needed to the day. And we hope that that would percolate throughout the rest of the events for the rest of the day.
Not coincidentally, it seemed like you guys started to stumble when it was raining the hardest. How much was weather a factor today?
Yeah, well, of course, I would never ever use that we live here, but I will say the last time Sabrina had a poor race like that was at Pitt in the 15.
What happened to Mackenzie?
Straight hamstring.
Was it on the home straight, or did she fall?
Yeah, right there, right there when she fell.
It almost looked like something wasn't right with her even before that.
I don't know that much about that. Of course, she wasn't as in position as she normally would be, but the hamstring there and the real cause of the fall.
What did you talk to him last night? What was kind of the theme?
That we need to get off to a great start. We think we have a chance. We had a lot of unexpected things there as far as getting some girls through there in some events, and so let's go ahead and start this thing off with a bang there. And so if we get a great start, it'd be awesome. I'd be remiss to say if I didn't say something about Jess Hull and the job Marisa Powell has done with her and Lily Bird. You know, those were some really bright spots for us today. And for her to win the national championship with all the hard work that she's put in is definitely a blessing and rewarding for her, and I couldn't be happier for her. And then the rest of the girls continue to do well. You know, what Coach Taylor did with those kids in the 4x1 is fantastic as well. And then we got some hiccups from there on out. And then, of course, we made some adjustments there for the 4x4. Of course, Mackenzie is not in that group, and so we subbed in Vanessa Dorfino, who ran a hellacious leg there for her, probably one of her season best for her. And so it is what it is.
What are your thoughts on the finish of that 4x4?
It looks like last year.
Do you feel for Georgia at all?
No, I don't feel for her at all. Not one bit.
What was going on with the blocks for the late show?
I don't know. Somebody was telling me that they think that may have got her focus and her attention off of the details there, but as you can see, it was probably a poor start at best for her. But something about over there on that 1,500 meter line, there's a 1,500 meter line and then there's a 100 meter start line. And so I'm assuming her hands were in the 1,500 meter line, which is ahead of the 100 meter line, but they blur together right there. So there's only a sliver of black paint that separates the two.
Particularly in a torrential downpour?
Yeah, and the torrential downpour.
You guys don't practice over there?
No.
I would imagine.
No, we do not.
You mentioned Jessel. What can a win like this do for the rest of her collegiate career?
Oh, wow. Hopefully it'll carry her throughout the next few years that she has with us.
And with the 15 with Katie Rainey, what kind of success have you seen?
Yeah, so once again, you heard me say this about the men, about how we're extremely young. All those kids come back for the women as well.
Pretty smart race by Lily Bird, did you think?
Yeah, but she bid her time well there in the middle of the pack, and then when it started to run there, the last 5 laps or so, she did well. For a minute there, I thought that she was going to have a little Haverfield magic.
Is it appropriate that we had 2 downpours to kind of close things out here?
I don't know if it's appropriate, but definitely disappointing because we got caught up in the mix of that. But it is what it is. I'm sure there's people here in the state of Oregon that we need the rain, so it's a blessing for them as well.
Retractable roof on the new stadium?
Wouldn't that be great?